Hey, Beat Baseball World. Welcome back to the Beat Ball Blues Show. Neil Dog, Dr. Bam Bam Clark here to recap day one of the National Beat Baseball Association World Series Tournament. Set Dog, how are you?
Good, Neil Doug. I like that. But I haven't been able to watch much beat ball today, Neil Doug. Busy man. So I will be updated at the same time our listening audience is being updated as well. Hopefully you have a whole bunch of juicy little nuggets for us and some tidbits and some anonymous sources and all that good stuff.
Wish I did, but none of that kind of stuff. I mean, no juicy tidbits. Some of that stuff may be coming in the net because we're planning on updating every day, but not everything I'm in touch with right now is complete. I don't want to start a story that we can't have all the angles to. Although
we don't need all the angles, just the fun ones. At least the ones that we like to tell,
I don't know that I have a lot of that, but the good thing is there are a lot of scores to report, a lot of update as far as stuff on the field, Seth Dog. And as you said, you're out of touch with it a little bit. So you might be the only part of the audience that I'm even sharing this information with, since the large part of our audience is at the World Series. The NBBA has been doing really good updates this year. Each round, they made sure to get scores out and to get tourney machine stuff going. Tourney machine's been updated all day. So when I put the show up on YouTube, I plan to add a lot of that kind of stuff, links and stuff like that for people to follow up with. Speaking of, just while I'm thinking of it, we've been saying leading into the World Series that we are going to be going live each time, but
we are live. We are live on recording. Yes, we are.
Yeah, we will be live on digital tape. It figured in the end, like what's the point when the majority of the people that would listen to us are all at the World Series and they're busy, and I doubt they're going to jump on. We haven't had a large live audience yet anyway, so I didn't think it was going to start now. Who knows? That could change as the week goes on.
If we could, the kind of the niche that we could perhaps fill is as people are going to bed, popping on a Beat Ball Blues show as they are winding up their day or waking up to get a recap of the day, the previous day, before they go into the next day.
That was kind of what I was picturing when I was like thinking about us doing updates each day, like knowing how you and I were at the World Series. Like it'd be kind of cool to get up wake up. Sometimes you wake up hella early before it's ready to get up. Be cool to be able to pull up a little update on the tournament, see what other teams are doing, see what's going on. Although, again, we don't have tons of information. So.
we got to get on our street reporters, live in Beaumont, man.
Yeah, right.
We have to bring our street reporters on with us, and then we'll be cooking. We'll be cooking with grease, Neil Dog. We'll be cooking grease.
Shakalaka. All right, let's jump in. Circle back to Monday night. First of all, when they had the opening ceremonies, as part of that is the skills competition, the running competition, the long ball competition, both for the female side and the male side. So congratulations in the long ball championship. On the female side, our friend Kalari Jackson came up a winner, edging out our other friend Faith Penn. Let me grab. I want to say Kalari was 84.3 feet for Kalari. And then on the male side, got a back-to-back champion, Justin Holland of the Indy Edge. Although when he won it the first time, I believe he was with the Atlanta Chaos. But Justin Holland, what did he do? 140. I have to go back and check again. 143.2. Seth Dog was our long ball winner, and actually it was pretty close. I want to say there were like 4 people at like 133 or longer, somewhere in that range. David Smith was runner-up, number 2 for the male side.
Well, no, it always makes me say, when people are knocking all these home runs, 170. Oh, that was right at the line. That was right at the line. And then the home run contest is 140.
Well, in all fairness, though, like some of those at bats come from like a whole season worth of work, and in this competition they had 2 minutes. I was glad to see that it was a real competition on both sides of the ball. Going into when they announced the finals on the female side, everybody had summed it up that Faith Penn had won, and Kalari Jackson was announced at the very end, having beat her out for the long ball. So congratulations to them. And then on the fastest person runners, Gerald Dycus was a second-time winner, I believe. Let's see if I have that.
He was. Yes.
Gerald Dycus went 4.36, and Dakota Hogwood was the winner on the female side at 5.49. Did you ask something?
No, I was saying he was a 2-time winner.
All right. So that was the skills competition. So congratulations to all of them. Nice work. Dakota Hogwood last year was our female offensive rookie of the year. So coming back this year and winning the fastest runner contest. And she's somebody I know. She's got good thump to her bat. So I'm sure she can going forward be a contender in that long ball contest also. All right, so let's jump on, and we have 3 rounds of games to go through for Tuesday.
Oh, let's pound them out.
Yeah,
you have an order. I'd assume you have an order. You go.
Yeah, I have everything in, trying to keep it in order, not just by like the time frame, but also by bracket, going from A to E. So I just wanted to explain to the audience, for those that don't know, the round robin had 5 brackets going from A to E. Brackets A, B, and C each have 3 teams, and brackets D and E each have 4 teams. So as we go down these scores, brackets A, B, and C in each round will only have 1 game, but the other 2 brackets have 2 games going. So bracket A, to get things started, in the 8:30 games, all these games were Central Time, as this tournament's being played in Beaumont, Texas. The Austin Blackhawks beat the Tyler Tigers 16-6. Chicago Comets in bracket B beat the Minnesota Millers 15-7. Bracket C was Atlanta Chaos over the Houston Hurricanes in a 5-4, very close game. That like Houston went up. I listened to a lot of that game. Houston was up 1-0. Then the Chaos tied it 1-1, then went up 2-1. Then Houston came back and went up 3-2. And then Atlanta took a 5-3 lead going into the final inning. Houston scored 1 run, making it 5-4. Blake Boudreau got put out on a close play, and our friend John Parker, who I actually thought had stayed with the Heat, but you probably knew, I don't know, Parker was with the Hurricanes, and he came up as the last batter, and another close play. He almost scored to tie it up, but Atlanta pulled it out 5-4. Did you know Parker was with Houston?
No, I knew Doug Biggins was with the Hurricanes. So
yeah, he just joined them more recently.
They always seem to travel together. When
Parker
came to the Heat, Doug and Biggins came to the Heat. So it makes sense that there was a jumping of ship. Yes, that's what I call it. A jumping of ship. I'm Bayou City almost to the end if it ain't for West Coast. But there you go. But barn burner every game, man. 5-4.
Yeah.
So barn burner every game, man.
Moving into bracket D, the Boston Renegades beat the Braille Bandits of Palm Beach County in Florida, beat them 14-2. The other game in that bracket was the Gateway Archers beating the Long Island Bombers. What was that? 18-4. I wasn't hearing the Gateway score correctly, but 18-4, Gateway won that. Moving down to bracket E, the Philly Fire beat our Panthers from Pasadena 12-2. And our Cali friends, the Panthers took it on the chin. So dog, all 12 runs came in the first inning for Philadelphia. And I felt their pain, man, to our friend Darren Keepers and Jason with the Panthers. The first game I ever played in wasn't at the World Series, but the first time I played a game, set dog, against your old team where we ended up playing together, the East Bay Blaze. They had us 19-1 after one inning. So it could be worse, Derek Keepers. 12-2. 12-2 is a good showing by my standards for a first real game.
If it was easy, it wouldn't be worth doing. So
I hear that. Be nothing to work for going forward.
All right. So.
And then in the other game in bracket E, and our final game of the morning was the Bayou City Heat defeating the BCS Outlaw. Good Lord, BCS Outlaws 18-8. And that wrapped up the morning games. Anything jump out at you from the first round of games, Seth?
No, all seem like they happened just like they should. I'm glad to see the Heat putting up big runs. Don't like that 8, but everything seemed normal, right?
The higher seed won in every single one of those games.
Shocking, but true. But true.
No changes coming out of the first round. All right, so moving on to the 11:30 a.m. games in bracket A. First game of the World Series for the Indy Edge, our number 1 seed, and they beat the Tyler Tigers 27-8. And I believe that was 2 innings of hitting or something like that for the Edge. They came out rolling on offense. Bracket B, very similar. Our number 2 seed in the tournament, San Antonio Jets defeated the Minnesota Millers 27-7. Moving down to bracket C, our number 3 seed, the Indy Thunder played in their first game, and they picked up a 19-10 win over the Houston Hurricanes. Moving on to bracket D, the Boston Renegades beat the Long Island Bombers 18-4. The other game in that bracket D, is the Gateway Archers beating the Braille Bandits 15-3. Moving down to bracket E, the Philly Fire pick up their second win, beating the BCS Outlaws 13-7. And your Bayou City Heat beat our San Gabriel Valley Panthers 17-3. So the Panthers took another tough one. Same thing there. All of the top seeds won. No upsets, really not even any tight games. I guess 13-7 was our tightest, right?
Always my most fun day of the tournament, the round robin.
In these last games, it was the top 2 seeds of each bracket. And, looking at it on paper last night, I knew coming in, I would only be able to pull up 2, maybe 3 games at the most with the devices I had. And there were about 6 games that I was interested in. So see if you think I was happy or disappointed with all our top seeds in each bracket playing each other. Bracket A, let me move down more.
Bracket A.
Bracket A, you had the Indy Edge beating the Austin Blackhawks 16-5.
What? Was that a 12 runner?
It was the Edge. We're up like 16-3, I think, after 2 innings. So that's how that game went. Bracket B. The Jets beat the Chicago Comets 21-15. I'm still saying Comets when I know it's Comets. I can't stop myself. I write it correctly. But
it's gone on for so long. I don't even, so okay. He knows by now. So
Chicago
after 30 years of playing the team, I know he knows it's the Comets, so it's all good.
Chicago got off to a hot start on that in that game, and the Jets had to come from behind to get that one. But that was a pretty close game. But the Jets, I have not heard why we're playing without Zach Arambla all day long. And I mean, Zach's like the number 2 ranked player in all of beat baseball right now. So not having him obviously should hurt them. I assume what they were planning to do today. I don't think he's injured. I haven't heard why he missed the day. But hearing that he was only missing the day, I have to assume that was planned ahead. I don't know if he had to work or what, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on, but anyways, moving on to bracket C. Indy Thunder 15-5 over the Atlanta Chaos. So the Thunder, they put up some good fight. Obviously, Jared Woodard coming in with his crack jaw, pitching good. What they get 34 in their 2 games, 19 and 15. So solid game from them. Moving down to bracket D. Boston Renegades over the Gateway Archers 25-15.
Ooh, look at Gateway. I thought Gateway was rolling, but they rolled a little too far.
Yeah, Boston got out, and that was the game of the day stream put out by the NBBA with Rosina Foster and Matt.
Matt don't have a last name, just Rosina Foster.
I always want to call him Matt Warren. I didn't do it. I was like, should I joke about why I didn't say the last name? I think it's Matt Wallace, but I was drawing a blank on whether it's Matt Warner or Matt Wallace. It's Matt Wallace. I know it's Matt Wallace. So I almost called him Matt Warner, and that's why I stopped. So we're going to try to get them on the show probably Thursday and talk up the game of the day streams. I'm going to include a link on the YouTube page where you could go straight to the game of the day streams and find the previous games archived and all that stuff. So in that game, Boston jumped out in front pretty quickly. And they held like a 4, 5, 6 run lead through most of it, but in the 4th they pulled away. It actually went into a run rule going into the last 2 innings. And I heard I turned it off once it got to the run rule. But in my group text group with the Carolina players, somebody mentioned, I don't know if it was Greg or Jason, mentioned that Demo went out with a hamstring injury. So Demetrius Moro, which would be a big hit if that was a major injury. Hopefully maybe he just tweaked it and came out to be, save it for the rest of the tournament. I don't know. I'm hoping our boy Demo's not hurt though. And somebody in the Chicago or in the Austin game, when Austin and the Edge were playing early in that game, somebody on defense on Austin went down, and I think it might have been Brandon Chesser. I don't know if he had to come out of the game or anything. I'm not even positive it was Brandon. Somebody was down on the field for a while in the Austin Edge game. There was even though it was hot as crazy out there for everybody today in Beaumont, Texas, there was wind blowing a little bit, so it was affecting like how well I was hearing the mic, and I had 2 other games going. So hopefully it's nothing major, and all those players, both those players will be out playing for the rest of the tournament. So that's bracket D. I'm sorry, the other side. Here is our first upset of the day in bracket D. Don't know how big of an upset you'll call it, but the Braille Bandits of Palm Beach County defeated the Long Island Bombers 6-0. The Braille Bandits were the bottom seed. They were the number 17 seed out of 17 teams. Long Island was the 14th seed, so now they'll flip-flop going into the championship round. The Braille Bandits will get the 14 seed, and Long Island dropping down to number 17. Then in bracket E, the Philly Fire finished off the day with an 18-9 victory over your Bayou City Heat, said Dog. Where'd their runs go?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Late in the day, man. If they were smart, they put in their backups and rested, right? They had already clinched their seed. Didn't really matter if they're,
No, actually they could have moved up because they that's where in seeding it like in a snake fashion. So with 5 groups, Philly was the 5 seed and the Heat were the 6 seed. So had they defeated the Fire, they could have moved up to the 5 seed.
And in the end, what does that matter? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it matters in how it plays out. To be honest with you, I'd rather be the 6 seed, because in the 5 seed, you're lined up. If you beat the 4 seed, you're on Thursday, your next game is against the Edge. So
right. I mean, and in the end, what my thing is, it's the number of games that you have to play, and it doesn't really matter, right? As long as you aren't playing the game at 9 o'clock or whatever first game.
Yeah, no, you're right there. They weren't going to lose ground. There's actually, because there's only 17 teams, and it's always all the teams outside of the top 16 that play that morning game on Wednesday. We only have one game to start the tournament tomorrow morning. That'll be between the 16th seed and the 17th seed, which we'll get to in a second. In the other game in that bracket, the BCS Outlaws beat the San Gabriel Valley Panthers 7-5, which moved the Panthers had been the 15 seed, and BCS Outlaws were 16, so they'll flip flop, and now BCS moves up to 15. So the Panthers being the 16 seed and Long Island Bombers being the 17 seed should be our 8:30 game on Wednesday, and then the winner will play the number 1 seed, the Indy Edge, at 11:30. As part of the, I'm not gonna run down who's playing who right here, but as part of the YouTube, everything I put on the YouTube page as part of this episode, I'll have the matchups both for 8:30 and 11:30 coming up tomorrow. But that's it for day 1, set Dog.
Yep.
Any major thoughts?
No, it's all sets up. The Edge and their 50,000 players, I imagine, played about four innings or maybe 2 innings of offensive ball today. I can't imagine that they're tired. They'll be able to rest up tomorrow morning, then play the lowest seed in the tournament, still alive. It's beautiful.
Second to the lowest. That's the way that
you cannot. You can, and I have yelled and screamed and cussed about this forever, and ever since it came into effect. You can't set the number 1 seed up any better than they are set up. It is so set up. So I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing.
Not
new.
set up to. It's not.
Everybody's had it. I'm not saying they are set up. It's just the structure of the tournament.
Yeah.
Where you play 2 games on Tuesday and then come back with the lowest seed in the tournament, basically, for your single game on Wednesday, and then you're already the number 1 seed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's such an advantage, especially out in the heat like that.
And not just for the number 1 seed, for all of the top seeds, like the The teams in brackets D and E all played 3 games today. The 3 teams in the teams in brackets A, B, and C all played 2 games today. So went with an unbalanced tournament. We're always not. It's just I don't know that there's a way to avoid it. It does help you if you are seated at the top.
I have always suggested putting the bye on Tuesday down at the bottom seeds. But again, nobody would go with that with me. But it's
a whole different group that's getting involved with the league now. So make your suggestions again. This is a younger crowd that doesn't want to do it the way we did as old people a long time ago.
Right. Hey, Tony's the new boss and he ain't respecting old arrangements, right?
Sopranos reference for those that don't know.
So I hear you. But no, everything is good. Everything's on case. On point. Just like you said, Tuesday's never ever really any shocker. So
you know what that also means? When we come back tomorrow, our updates could be real easy. Wednesday is a pretty light day overall. So
no, it used to be brutal. It used to be a real day. Now it's like a walkover. Like, oh, coach, we got to get up. We got to go out into the heat, coach. But
although tomorrow we should do the update later because I want it. The Wool game, the Women of Our League exhibition is going to be held on Wednesday evening, so that will run things a little later tomorrow. So I would like to do the update after the Wool game.
All right. Well, I have football practice from 6.
I know. I'm just saying. We'll figure it out.
I will say, everybody, we will be here late tomorrow night.
One way or another.
For your listening pleasure. For you teams that are inclined to find the bar and hang out there.
Be perfect timing for you. I'm going to close on this note. I found it very funny, especially because we hear so much from our young athletes about how the game's so much better now than it was years ago because of the improvement of the athletes playing it. And on 2 different streams, man, as soon as the games were getting near an end and they're talking about trying to get food in between games, all I'm hearing talked about is chips. These healthy, great, new and improved athletes, man, coming in between games. Who wants cheese puffs? Who wants hot cheese puffs? It's like, all right, guys, out there, that heat, humidity, stay hydrated, with cheese puffs. So that came for 2 different streams. I just was shaking my head. It's like, boy, you guys are funny.
And there's going to be some people out there tonight knocking back the alcohol. You know what I mean? I could do it. It's only Tuesday.
The games don't get tough till Thursday, guys.
Tuesday night, we can party. Okay.
Well, we will see how it plays out. Everybody be safe out on the fields. Good luck in the games. Good luck with the Wool exhibition. We'll catch everybody tomorrow night. Be well. Oh, you know what? we're still going. I hit the end button while I'm still on a document. Hi, everybody.
Look, Neil Dog can't work.
Now I can't find Zoom. That's funny. I thought we were all smooth. I was like, oh, cool. And I was like, well, I gave Seth a long time to say goodnight if he wanted to, and he let it just go. And I hit Alt P, and there was nothing. All right, we're out of here. Bye, everybody.
Bye.